Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra. Let's do a tarot reading. If you're new here, I like to do videos about personal and witchy development using tarot, journaling, and astrology. If that sounds like something that is up your alley, I hope you will consider hitting the subscribe button, hitting the thumbs up button, and hitting that bell notification, all of which will help you find my content again really easily, will tell YouTube that you enjoy it, and will help support my channel so my stuff gets out there. Anywho, my brain is not functioning today. And so I've decided to take my own advice and try and do a tarot reading. I have my Shimmering Veil Tarot. And my Book of Shadows. Oh gosh, I knocked my glasses. I picked the Shimmering Veil because of it's intuitive. Right now, I asked myself, okay, so the issue I'm having is, so this is like tarot problem solving. This is me like practically trying to use tarot to address a current issue. I don't know if this is a particularly common practice. What I need to do is I'm trying to think just about anything in general, and my brain is just fucking off and having a party. It's really not having a party. It's just not working and functioning. And the reality is that like I need to be able to work. And so my choices are to, at the moment that I'm filming this on Tuesday the 25th for your reference. My choices are to freak out and do nothing and sit and cry, which I'm probably still going to do later, but that would cause me more harm. Or my choice is to do this, to be raw, to be honest, which is what we do here on this channel. We are raw and honest, and share the reality. This is a peek behind the curtain here. I have mental health struggles that are really bad, and this year I'm really learning how bad they are. I think it's a positive learning because it will help me. It's helping me learn how to deal with things, which is what I'm doing here. So instead of freaking out, I'm going to use one of my go-to recommended, one of my favorite tarot spreads for precisely this kind of thing, to see if I can kind of understand what's going on with my brain so I can make progress and go forward. And I thought this could be a really great time to share it and to show it, because this is my top recommended spread for any time someone's mental health is fucking with them and they want to do a tarot reading. If you're in the Supportive Tarot Facebook group, which is connected to Lisa Popez's channel, I'll link it up above in the cards. You might have seen me post about this spread. I recommend it all the time. I'll just shuffle while I talk. And I recommend it because it helps. It helps for exactly this moment. And for some reason, even though I used to do it all the time in early 2020, I stopped doing it. So I'm going to take my own advice, dose of my own medicine. I'm going to do this tarot spread. And it's like a wellness check-in kind of thing. We'll get back to that. I picked the Shimmering Veil, and I picked it because because I'm filming, I don't want the type of deck where I feel like I have to use the guidebook and read the guidebook to understand the messages. So that eliminated the Gentle Tarot. I love that deck. That deck is wonderful and nurturing. But what I get out of that deck, the meat of my work with it involves the guidebook. I didn't want to use my Starseeker Tarot because even though that deck is a never miss, again, I didn't want to have to use the guidebook. And there are times with that where I do look at the guidebook. I can also read it very intuitively. I can just tell, though, that this will not be one of those times. I'm in Struggle Bus Town. I'm struggling to figure out my theme for November. I'm struggling. Look at that beautiful star card. I am struggling to figure out what I want to do in my journal. I am struggling. I'm struggling to think of video ideas. I'm okay. I am stable. I'm just being honest, because if my being honest and raw helps even one person here in YouTube land feel okay to own where they're at, then I've done my job. So the Shimmering Veil, the art is beautiful and intuitive. It really helps me read intuitively, and it feels supportive and nurturing. I aesthetically love it, and it's connected to my dear friend who I lost. So, and by the way, the day I'm filming this is the day of this Scorpio new moon eclipse, so that could be to blame. I am going to do my reading for that later, but I'm just trying to think, and just nothing's working. Including my shuffling right now. There it is. So, this is a super simple 5-card spread. I have done this spread while having a literal complete breakdown. I have sat on my floor more times than I can count, crying my face off, and done this spread. And at the end of it, I feel centered. I feel grounded in myself. I feel like I understand what is going on in my brain and my body. And I feel ready to move forward with whatever it is I have to do. Sometimes that's take a nap. Sometimes that's hug my wife. It all depends. But we're going to do this. And it's very simple. I found this off Pinterest. Oh, I will try. I've tried to find this on Pinterest again since, and I can't. Just know it's not my spread. If someone knows where this spread Kate originated from, please share in the comments down below. Do I want to do that spread? Or do I want to just fucking talk to my brain directly? I'll show you the first spread, see how it feels, and we'll go from there. So the first spread is a very easy 5-card spread. You're working with emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, and then overall. And you can do the first 4 in any order, doesn't matter. It's emotionally I feel, or emotionally I need, spiritually I need, physically I need, and mentally I need. And then the 5th one is currently I feel. So let's see. What the fuck is going on? Sorry about my cloth moving. What the fuck, yo? Okay, well. Okay. Emotionally, I need 1 surprise. Mentally, 2. Spiritually, that one's out face up. Physically, I'm not sure. That one's landing a bit weird. Physically, I need. I'm sitting in an extremely comfortable position. So before tarot tells me what I physically need, I need to physically sit my ass down properly in my chair. And now I've done that. Physically, I need. Currently, I feel. I'm going to draw the card and then I'll fix the camera so you can see it. Currently, I feel. Interesting. Okay, let's fix this. There we go. That's much better. I do like to put the currently I feel in the middle So let's see. Emotionally, Nine of Swords. Mentally, the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers. Great. Spiritually, physically, currently I feel. Okay. So I need my journal because I can't not write this shit down. Self-care month is fucking brutal. It is kicking my ever-loving asshole. Woot, 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 woot. Okay. We are going to call this WTF Brain. An exploration. Listen, when you're struggling, it's the little things that make you laugh and that make you giggle. Lean into those little things because they're like, you can struggle and still find little things to, well, still allow yourself to find little things to laugh at. It's not always easy. So when you can, when there's a joke in your head that you're like, this is fucking funny, lean into that. Enjoy the joke. Give yourself that beautiful gift. Okay. What the fuck, brain? An exploration. Add some fucking color. Also, I get swearier when I'm stressed out. It's a thing that a teacher pointed out recently. And it's true. Shoop, shoop. Look at that. I have a whole ass page. I have a whole ass title. This is another thing I do. When I feel like this, I need to just simplify the shit out of everything. Okay. Mentally, nope. Emotionally, I need Nine of Swords. Swords! It's swords. By the way, if I didn't say this at the beginning, and in fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't. If you're newer here and I haven't scared you off yet, I am neurodivergent. I am self-diagnosed autistic while pursuing a professional diagnosis once I have the ability to financially access that, because in Canada, it costs about $3,000 to $5,000 just to get assessed. And I do not have $3,000 to $5,000. That said, the point is that I know myself, I know my brain, and this feels like the only thing I've ever found that explains me. And so if you're also neurodivergent of any kind, self-diagnosed, professionally diagnosed, I don't care, both are valid, then I hope, I just wanted to make sure that I was clear that, like, this has my neurodivergent brain's stamp of approval. That doesn't mean it'll work for everyone. I am neurodivergent and I find this helpful, especially for talking to my brain. So emotionally, I think we're going to do multiple things here. Okay, emotionally, I need Nine of Swords to have a really good cry. This is what I get from this card. It's super easy, super quick. Emotionally, I need to have a really good cry and admit how shitty I'm feeling. This isn't gonna be a super fancy, super detailed, super frilly language tarot reading. This is what I call a tarot emergency, where I'm struggling. And in order to move forward with my day, in order to help myself so I don't just get stuck zoning out, dissociated all day, which is a distinct possibility, I need something to help ground me, to help me communicate with myself so I can know what's going on. Tarot is a tool that does that for me. I can use tarot and astrology and journaling as a way to externalize enough that I can communicate with myself more effectively so that I can understand what's going on, so that way I can help show up and support myself. So that's what I'm here doing. So it's going to be weirdly written. It's not going to sound fancy. It's not going to sound like necessarily super pretty, but it's going to be effective. So emotionally, I need to have a really good cry and admit how shitty I'm feeling. Okay, one card down. And the second one was mentally, I need. And there have been times with this spread that that I've written short sentences like this, and there are times when I write big long things. It entirely depends. I am remembering now though that I want to record this for my month in tarot. So I'm just going to put that aside for a second. I'm going to go to my month in tarot's page. So I had the Nine of Swords done. I've got the Lovers and the Wheel. Okay. I do have also the Magician. Okay. The Queen of Wands I know I have, and the King of Wands. Okay. Perfect. So now I can put this back aside and bring this back. This one's weird. I understand the Wheel. This is a really, really, really... Let me make sure I'm not blurry. Hold on. Ah, it's beautiful. It's perfect. Wonderful. Actually, I'm going to do this and put my cards here. There. Now I have my cards in order. I have room to journal. I like to put my cards when I'm journaling, the ones I'm currently looking at here, so I can see them in my journal. Okay, mentally I need, this one's easy. This one connects to my main thing with the Wheel. My number one lesson that I say for the Wheel is that you can expect that you can't have, like, you can, the only thing you can expect is the unexpected. You can expect that things in life are unpredictable. One of the big lessons for me with the Wheel is that what goes up must come down. And that means there will be times when you are at the bottom of that wheel where you feel like shit, like I do right now. There will be times when you're at the top of the wheel and it feels like everything is amazing. There will be times when you're stuck at the side, like if you're on a Ferris wheel and it stops and you don't quite know what's going on and it's a bit freaky, but you're able to like calm yourself down, talk yourself. I've had a lot of that this month. I've been stuck at the side of the wheel. So I feel like this is just screamed. As soon as I saw it, it's okay. Mentally, I need to remember that the wheel will turn again. And I will feel better. The Lovers, I feel like, I don't know. To remember that the wheel, mentally I need. This doesn't feel quite like I need people. And And I recognize that I'm going with very on the nose, like definition-y things of these cards right now. That's okay. I don't give a shit. If it works, it works. That's what we're looking for. I think it might mean to commune. There's some really cool stuff that's been going on the spiritual realm with me, that I might talk about. Well, I'm sure I'll talk about it eventually when I'm ready. We shall see. But I feel like the Lovers is relating to that. It's to commune, to hear my message forward. Actually, I think this is also talking about my new moon reading. Okay. I think I understand that. So let's put those aside. Next, we have spiritually I need. I have the Magician, which is right here. Okay. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Ground and center, bitch. I'm wording that way specifically in honor of my friend Rana. Who always harps on me about grounding and centering. The Magician, I feel like what this is saying is that spiritually, this month I've had a lot of shit flying at me. A lot has happened spiritually. My brain has been like exploding mental health or exploding spirituality or exploding. It's a lot. And I'm tired. I am tired. I am drained. And given that the Magician always has a focus on the 4 elements in the card, I feel like this is saying you don't have all the elements. You keep forgetting to bring in the earthness. You keep forgetting to bring in the time to rest, or like that I'm leaning too heavily into one element over the others, and that I need to make sure that I am more balanced, which also makes sense because my card for November, technically for Scorpio season, which has begun, but my card for November is Temperance. So, you're not bringing so fix that. More rest, more grounding. Yeah, okay. Physically, I need this one's a bit weird. Except, actually, now that I think about it, it's not. Okay, this is about, so this is a significator card for me. This is one of my significators. So this is a sign of, like, me, especially with the snake, and in the other version of this card in this deck, the lightning, it's top notch. So listen to and trust yourself, listen to the signs and signals, ... harm reduction. Harm reduction is a thing in social work. The idea is that, like, you don't have to go from 0 to 100. Can you go from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3? It's about taking the little steps in the direction you want to go in, right? So harm reduction is the idea of, like, in the terms of food, which I was thinking of for this, it's the idea of, like, it is extremely harmful. Sorry, let me back up. When my brain is like this, I have trouble eating because I can't think of food. Like I literally can't think of food I want, so it's very hard for me to eat. And if I'm not careful, I will forget to eat. That's not healthy. That's extremely harmful to my body and to my brain and to my heart. It's harmful to everything. So a step in the correct direction is to be like, okay, it's also very harmful to try and force myself to eat because of some other food issues I have. If I force myself to eat, that's not harmful either. That will really stress out my brain because of childhood trauma. So I have to find the middle. And the middle is listening to my body, knowing when it is I need to eat, and finding something I can eat. For all I care, if all I can eat is a peanut butter and chocolate chip sandwich, that's fine. If all I can eat is popcorn with chocolate chips on it, clearly I want chocolate, that's fine. If I have to drink a hot chocolate because it's got high sugar to help keep me going, fine. Is it as healthy as eating a salad? No, definitely not. If I can't stomach the thought of eating certain foods, trying to force myself will not do me any favors. So that's the idea of harm reduction. It's the idea of like, which is better, which causes me less harm right now. It's like to this TikToker I follow who talks about food. Like she talks about accessible meals because she's got ADHD, and she talks about how like there's a lot of pre-bought stuff that she does, and people ask her about like, and she's a nutritionist, and people ask her about like, oh, the sodium content, and she says, well, like, yeah, there's a lot of salt, but consistent stress on your brain, extreme stress on your brain is worse for you than sodium. I agree with that. So like eating frozen vegetables is better than never eating vegetables, right? It's that kind of thing. So that's that. And then currently I feel King of Wands. Currently I feel currently like a fireball. Which I feel like the King of Wands does represent, because the kings are air and the wands are fire. Okay. So I feel like a fireball about to explode with too much energy and no direction. And this actually tracks because this is something that happens to me. I get too much energy and too many ideas that it gets very blurry, and then it all settles into this feeling like and then suddenly I can't think of anything. It's very annoying. Okay, so that was a good start, but I don't feel like I truly get it. So I'm going to do my second idea too, which was I'm literally gonna talk to my brain. Brain, what the fuck are you doing? I'm gonna pull a card. Dear brain. We're gonna shuffle a couple times and we're gonna talk to my brain. This is another technique I do. It doesn't require, in my opinion, it's a fairly simple thing to do. So long as you are able to practice not editing yourself. Because that could be a big barrier for this, right? So I don't need a fancy question. I just need to know what the fuck is my brain doing. So I'm going to ask my brain via my tarot deck. Brain, what the fuck are you doing? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Oh my God. It's the moon. Well, what do you know? Oh my God. You think you're funny? Oh, listen. Oh, fucker. Okay. The moon. Swamped. With lots of big emotions. Too many to fully feel and process. I can't believe that. This actually gives me a good analogy for this. This is the same with choices and other things, at least in my brain. I don't know if it's a neurodivergent thing or if it's just a human thing. But it's that feeling of like, do you know if you touch water, you're acutely aware that you're touching water, that your finger is wet, but the rest of your body is dry. This is what I experience. But when I'm submerged in water, it reaches a point where it's like I can't feel the water around me anymore. I can't process it on my skin because it's everywhere, because there's no contrasting force to it. I can't process that I am underwater. Like, I know I am rationally, for sure. But, like, touch information, I can't process it. It's like that. There's so many emotions that I can't process that there's so many emotions. It's so many that my brain just like, and I think this might be a neurodivergent thing because I do the same thing with sounds. If there's too many sounds going on, I can't hear anything. Okay. This tells me what I need to know right here. I wish I could like keep this here. This looks so good. I'm not going to. What I am going to do though, is I'm going to shift this over. And I'm going to trace around this beautiful card. Oh no. Fucking get the moon card. There. And I'm going to draw a beautiful like moon picture in here later. When I feel better. It's not a full moon, but it is a new moon. Yeah. I'm gonna draw a moon. Okay. Well, that tells me what I needed to know. If you're doing something like this, you could do follow-up, like, and you could start with just asking your brain, being like, what are you doing? What are you freaking out? Like, what are you doing? And then based on this, so if it was like, okay, you got the moon card, feeling lots of emotions, I could be like, what emotion is the strongest? 6 of Cups, and go from there. And then if you do this though, I recommend that you always end it with a, okay, so how can I help you feel better? With this, I know what to do will help me feel better. What will help me feel better is doing my moon practices for the new moon, because it's a new moon eclipse right now. So I know from this one card, I know all that information because I know like this is just a very strong message to come out for me. So I understand it. But you could do brain, what the fuck are you doing? Okay. I'm getting strong emotions. Okay. What emotion is the biggest? Are you kidding? Oh my God. Now this deck just thinks it's being funny. Okay. The emotion, the wanting to do something is the biggest, and not quite sure what to do and feeling unbalanced is the biggest. Okay. How can I help you feel better about this? I swear to God, if I get another repeat card here. That's my daily card. Right? But I do recommend always ending with a card to say, so what do you need from me right now to do the thing, right? I'm feeling a lot of overwhelming emotion. What do you need from me right now? I pulled the Chariot. You need me to do the damned thing. To take the action, to do the thing. Don't just sit there. Do it. Do your fucking reading, Kyra. This is what this is saying. Kind of thing. I hope that makes sense. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly mark here in my month in tarot that I pulled the fucking moon card. That was hysterical. Moon card. New moon BS. All right. And that's it. That's what this video is about. I do feel better. It's really easy for some of us to get trapped in our own head. And I'm one of them. And you could say that's because I'm neurodivergent. You could say that's because my moon sign, my chart ruler, so one of the strongest planets in my chart is in Libra, which is an air sign, and the air signs are all about thinking. Also, I'm in my Mars return, and my Mars is where? In a air sign. And Mars rules where my sun is and my Mercury is. I can get trapped in my head really easily. Whether that's, like, it doesn't matter what shows the evidence of it, my neurodivergence or my astrology. If you get trapped in your own head, I, as someone who does as well, find it very helpful to find something to help me externalize so I can communicate with myself, so I can figure out what's going on. Tarot is one of my #1 go-tos to do that. And if I do stuff like this. Simple fucking readings, simple language. I'm just trying to speak to that raw part of myself, and that raw part of myself isn't always frilly. I don't know if you can hear now that I'm feeling better, because I can sense that the way I'm talking has shifted, because now I can feel more focused in my brain. And sometimes that's what we need. Sometimes we need to pause. We need to allow ourselves to pause. We need to actually pause. We need to externalize so we can communicate with ourselves to figure out what's going on. And then we need to move forward with the information we've been given. So now, in my After the Tarot fashion, that was a video I did. You can check it out, linked up above in the cards. The action on this is for me to do my new moon reading. So I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to go and do that. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up to let me know that you liked it and all of that. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you can come on back nice and easily. In the comments section, if you're feeling like sharing, would you be willing to let us know, are you someone who gets trapped in your own brain? Do you get stuck in there? And if so, is tarot a tool for you that helps you to externalize? Also, if you have any super simple, like worded, not super frilly, if you have any really good go-to spreads like this, like the emotionally I need, mentally I need, the one I did, that helps you do this kind of thing, let us know about it in the comment section. That would be really, really great. And in the description box down below this video, you will find a link to my website. I'm a professional tarot reader and astrologer, and I specialize in combining the two to create a really unique reading experience for my clients. So you can check that out there. Stay tuned. There will be some end of the year announcements for that stuff. And also you will find a link where you can check out joining my channel membership. I do have channel membership. It's lots of fun. There's lots of options. It's all good. So you can check those out. But now I'm tired and I have more work to do to help fix my fucking self. Oh my God, the moon card. I can't even. Anyways, my ass has been thoroughly handed to me by my Shimmering Veil Tarot. So I'm going to go and lick my wounds like a kitty. And I'll see y'all very, very soon. Lots of love. Bye.